I'm Monkey D. Bomber Guy, and music is weird. You know those sounds that tickle the little snail in your ear just right? Well, what if we took all those sweet angelic sounds of horns and whatever, fluty bullshit you have and ran it through a war? EDM is such a cool genre of music, and I've grown up with it since I was about 12 years old, give or take, somewhere in like middle school. I'd listened to other music before, like Gorillaz, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and of course Weezer. I was a Weezer head. I was listening to them in senior year of high school in 2017, and that is too late. And I also listened to whatever else was on VH1 at the time. I always liked it when artists or bands do something different with their song to give it that kind of like, weird sound. You know what I mean? Weird, you know the kind. You know the kind. One furry AMV later, I'm officially an EDM fan. Are you proud of me, Dad? This funny little Flipnote app that you may remember from your childhood called Flipnote Studio on the DSi. This little thing, this little bug, this little nothing, this little speck, this little funny little Flipnote app on my DSi single-handedly shifted my future into being only slightly annoying on road trips. Hey, can you shut the fuck up? I know you're trying to shit, but I'm trying to record. It was the gateway drug that led me to something that I hate the most. An old friend of mine stumbled across this YouTube channel called Monster Cat. If you don't know, Monster Cat is an independent record label for EDM that was founded by two Canadians in 2011. You've probably seen their logo sometimes in Rocket League, Beat Saber, and a few other places. Some pretty big name artists have appeared on their channel too, like, hold on, I have to clip this to my shirt to do full, comedy. Some pretty big name artists have appeared on Monster Cat that you've probably seen before, like Marshmello, Sanholo, and... Wait, the guy who sang Fireflies? What the fuck? But that's enough about them. Let's talk about me and my cravings for beeps and boops. Gotta have them. Hey. I discovered this label when they were still kind of picking up steam. It was around like 2012. This was back when I could only buy music through iTunes, so I would have to meticulously pick out which songs I really liked that they released. With about like 4 or 5 compilation albums of 30 tracks that would come out every year, shit's hard. I remember pre-ordering these compilation albums. Do you know how fucking deep you have to be to pre-order a compilation album? Years after finding out about EDM, I still follow Monster Cat quite consistently. I branch out into other genres too, of course, but God, EDM had this gorilla grip hold on me that just would not let go! EDM is a weird genre too, because everyone just kind of assumes that it all sounds like Skrillex or Zed, I mean, the number of subgenres that are classified underneath electronic music is absurd. Just look at this. If you know what most of these are, you're insane, and I'm terrified of you. You got cool names like Glitch Hop, or Trap, or even Moombaton for all my reggae fans out there. Ugh, I miss reggae EDM. It was such an era. There's so much music that is genuinely beautiful, but is waved off because of the little EDM tag on there, which I find super unfair. Like, look, I completely understand how overwhelming it could be to just jump headfirst into this high-intensity circus. I get it. Trust me. Hell, I even created an EDM starter pack playlist for all my friends because so many people came up to me and were like, hey, I want to get into this, and I know you know a lot about this, so where do I start? I personally always recommend Porter Robinson because I really feel like he's the most approachable EDM artist in my experience, at least. I mean, he's popular for a reason, and he's honestly one of, if not my personal favorite artist. But he's who everyone recommends, so I want to kind of bring light to some artists that are not as widely well known as him, and absolutely deserve more recognition from the general public. If you guys are curious about that playlist I mentioned earlier, I'll probably put it in the description somewhere. You need like a nice starting point. It's all just songs from my personal library that I feel like is a good mix of everything. If you don't find anything on that playlist that you like, then you're probably not going to get into EDM. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But if you don't want to bother listening to a playlist, a quick guide. Think about what musical artists you enjoy. No, go on. Think about it. Are you ready? Perfect. Let's see how many people I can convert. If you are a fan of alternative artists like Hozier, I highly recommend Stefan's Play Me Like a Violin or their more popular Crossfire EP. They're fantastic, easy to listen to, and have that soul that you can't really replicate, you know? If you're more into that pop sound, you like the sort of like top 40 pop, someone like Vicetone, Conroe, or Luther would be perfect choices. I have some personal favorites like Fences, Find You, and Offline respectively, but you could honestly choose anything from their library. They're all fantastic. If you prefer that rock or metal feeling, I'll bring your attention over here to Angry All the Time by Puppet, or Someone Else by Sullivan King, or Vagrant by Mazar. I will admit that Mazar doesn't typically have that like rock or metal sound to most of their tracks, but this one is so damn good that I have to recommend it. Plus, he's just a very approachable artist. He also kind of has that pop sound. I just about recommend his Dreams Only Last for a Night album to anyone, honestly. Also, I highly recommend Daggers by Slumberjack. It's really fucking good. Do you like hip-hop or rap? Try Bad Habits by Kuro, Fizzy Lift and Drink by Kill Paris and Jimmy Tense, or even Monster by Slippy and Goja. Oh my god! I used that song in a D&D campaign and it slapped. Everyone fucking loved it. It's so fucking good, dude. EDM is so good. Why is EDM so good? Bro, EDM's so good. A personal favorite of mine is Work by Apache and Vo Williams, but I practically praise the ground that Apache walks on, so I'm a little bit biased. You should definitely check it out though, it's really good. If you grew up with those like video gamey, like chiptune beeps and boops, then you might really like Nitro Fun or Tokyo Machine or even Nanabe. I wouldn't mention Hyper Potions, but they're so sailing in this industry right now, and you've probably already heard their stuff from anything that Sonic does. Yeah, they're the ones that did that song. And that song. And that's... Also, quick side note, Nitro Fun actually collaborated with Hyper Potions on their song Checkpoint, which you just listened to. You just listened to Nitro Fun without even realizing it. God, it's so easy! They're all amazing, honestly, and I really can't pick out favorites from any of them because all of their songs are just so consistently good. I mean, honestly. Beautiful. That was a great sound. I don't think I can replicate that sound. There are a few more favorites I have, like Slander or Justin O, or who could forget Noise Storm? I remember finding out that was Noise Storm and I literally lost my shit. I couldn't believe it. I heard Crab Rave for a year and didn't realize that was part of Monster Cat. I am insane. How could I miss that? How could I miss that? Gumpus, how did I miss that? You're supposed to watch me. You're like my guardian angel, my sweet baby pie, my sweet shmoo, my little smoke alarm. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There are just too many artists to name, and I really hope that you've found a new love for this genre like I do. Now, having said that, here's some songs I personally love and think deserve a lot more attention. Wishes by Grant and McCall. I have had this on repeat every day on all of my drives, and it's just genuinely one of their best work, honestly. I love Grant. I've been listening to him since he was called Grant Bowtie. Fantastic dude. Genesis by Protostar. This sounds like it came from another planet. I think that's cool. Teva 833 by Varian. I really have no other way to describe this other than a Genova type beat. And if that didn't sell you, I don't know what the fuck will. Blackwater by Riot. This is a type of EDM I wouldn't really recommend to someone who's just now getting into it because it does appeal more to those who have already been listening to EDM and part of that culture for a while. But god damn, is it good! Literally Wild West EDM. I didn't know that could be a thing, but I love it. Get me Clint Eastwood on track. I want it. Is he alive? Is Clint Eastwood? Hold on, I gotta look up if Clint Eastwood is alive. Is Clint Eastwood alive? Oh god, please tell me that I'm not an asshole. Okay, thank god he's alive. Ha! My statement still stands. Get Clint... My statement still stands. Get Clint Eastwood right now. Or I'll give you a big ol' smooch. I like that idea. Anyway, moving on. Killing Giants by Puppet. This was my favorite EDM song for years, and it still holds up fantastically. And it's right behind Something Comforting as one of my favorites. Again, Porter Robinson, shout out. I guess you don't need a shout out from a 400 subscriber YouTuber, but who cares? If you haven't heard of Porter Robinson, please listen to him. The emotion, the rawness, just, please listen to it. It's so good. It's so good. You hear me say it's so good a lot. Should we have a so good counter? Now we have Questions by Tristram. Just a pioneer of his craft. Truly ahead of his time. His stuff may sound somewhat standard compared to what music sounds like now, but back in the day, man, he was so unique with all of his songs, like Till It's Over and The Vine. He also had an album last year that's really good. You should listen to it. Okay, thank you. I mean, that's going to be it for me today. This was just supposed to be a short rant about something I really care about. It was something on my mind that I really wanted to get out there, and I don't know, it's something I'm very passionate about. No one else will hear me talk about it, so I guess you guys are my victims now. Consider it to be an honor. I'll put a badge on you like a little Girl Scout. Here's your listening pin for your sash. This was supposed to just be about like my experience with EDM and like how I grew up with it, but man, I just had too much fun making the guide for it, and I really feel like it's something that is kind of important. Expand your horizons, find new music, and I don't know, give someone a nice juicy kiss, a nice juicy smooch. Okay, the video's done now, bye!